This interview is for information only and should not be considered as investment advice or a recommendation to buy shares in the company featured. Welcome to this Stock Box interview. Joining me on Stockbox today is Terry Filbert, the CEO and chairman of Baru Gold, which is a TSX-listed company with two gold projects in Indonesia, with one of them set to make its first pour of gold in Q3 this year, so very soon. So hello, Terry, how are you?
Great, Mark. Thank you for inviting us.
It's fantastic to be talking to you, a TSX-listed company with gold projects in Indonesia. So you have two. You've got the Sangihe and the Miwa. Can we start maybe by giving us a little bit of an overview of both projects? I know that Sangihe is your main focus at the moment.
Yeah, Sangihe is a project that was in a good position to start into production quickly. Also, I have a lot of experience in the area. I had a mine over in North Sulawesi, which is I would say, like the mainland of the area. This is an island off the mainland. And so I know the area really well. I have good, contacts with the government. And this project is running the same type of gold. Well, it's the same gold reef that we're on in North Sulawesi. This gold reef goes between Mindanao and North Sulawesi in the Big Sea. And this island, Sangihe, is right in the middle. Right now, doing the land acquisition. And we hope this month actually start construction. We'll start clearing land and start laying some road. And then we're looking at as you said, our first pour in Q3 this year. So it's a heap leach pad situation where we have 100,000 ton heap leach pad. Actually, dual 100,000 ton heap leach pads, but only one's operational at any one time. The other's being rebuilt or torn down. That will basically be our main focus. As you said, we're also, once I get back in Indonesia, as Indonesia's been shut down like a lot of countries due to COVID, I'll be back to work on Miwa as well. There's some interesting things in legislations happened this year that are going to allow us to do some things we couldn't do before with Miwa. So that's something I can't do over Zoom, unfortunately. And on Sangihe, we have a great team on the ground there. We already had them on staff before I left last year. They got locked out, but so we're really well set up for Sangihe in the way of HR.
Okay. And so Sangihe, then you have 266,000 ounces of gold there.
Yes, we have basically inferred and the indicated. I think it's 119,000 indicated, of which 58,000 indicated is a oxide at surface pit, which we are basically starting our production on that pit itself. We're aiming to start out at 1,000 ounces. Our first level we're hitting is 1,000 ounces a month. First couple turns on the pads will probably be less than that as we're trying to get our recovery correct. Once our recovery is moving smoothly, we should be doing about 1,000 ounces a month. Our costs, basically, we're aiming at $800 on our previous engineering. We had it re-engineered again. Before we're looking at a cost of $820. After re-engineering of the site, it's gone from 3.77 to 1 down to less than 1 to 1. So we now have a costing of close to in the high 600s. So even at the current cost of gold, at the current price of gold, first price of gold, we're still around about $1,000 an ounce free cash flow. So it's a low cost production area. Also, we'll start drilling out the area. We have a 35,000 meter drilling program that we've actually authorized and budgeted for, and we'll be starting in hopefully July. It's where we want to start when we pour the first gold. We're going to be financed out of cash flow. So July, August, we'll be looking at probably that pour, but we're hoping July. And then that's a 13-month program, 35,000 meters. It's over 2.7 kilometers. Half of that is basically already covered under a 2010 42-101. So it shows 855,000 deferred ounces. And we intend to bring a lot of that onto indicated and measured. The other half of the area, which is the anomaly still runs, basically there are no former drill holes. So that'll be new exploration. And then when we find hotspots, we'll infill drill those hotspots as well.
Okay, so you've got there, you're targeting 1,000 ounces per month. You look to make your first pour of gold in Q3, low cost, $800 an ounce. So this is quite an advanced project then, really. And you said you're waiting for, was it a production license, was it?
No, production license was issued to us in, I believe it was February. We're just doing land acquisition. We're ready for the land acquisition to be finished. That's where we're at. We first do the land acquisition, we complete that, then we do construction, and then we do the pour. So we turn on production, then we do the pour, the production.
I see. So at the moment, you don't actually own the land, so it's a little bit different than in Indonesia, perhaps to other jurisdictions. The way,
the land's owned by the government, but all the people that are using the land have land use rights.
Okay.
So basically, we have to compensate the land users, and so the government has a system to do that. We have to follow the system. We brought in a legal team that understands that, make sure that everyone is treated fairly. And basically, we do things that are proper, and so we are going through step by step to make sure that's very clean. And then once that's completed, we hope to have that completed by the end of this month, or even the next month. You clean a few extra things up.
Okay.
And but majority of it should be done this month. And then once we start getting the piece of land we need, we'll start clearing those pieces and start building on them.
Right. Okay. So you are very advanced then, only really waiting, as you say, for this land acquisition to go through, which should be in about a month's time. Now, I'm just looking at your market cap. It's 21 million Canadian, which, to put it into British pounds for the London listeners, that's about 12 million British pounds. That seems very low to me, considering the stage that you're at. What's your opinion?
Oh, it's extremely low. I mean, basically. I've been telling everyone, if you're not going to see this price again, I'm surprised we're at this price. We basically had it to hit when gold was up to 2,000. We had run up to 24 cents. We did a private placement in the last year at 15 cents, and we've been trading 15 cents pretty solidly until just recently, when the gold again had a bit of a sputter backwards. And I think all the gold stocks have actually been going down a bit. So we joined that, and unfortunately, the exclusive club. So yeah, it's at a great price. I mean, when we start into production, but also when we start pouring, I expect the gold or the price of the shares to be up a number of times what it is right now. So I'm surprised at this price, but again, I'm trying to acquire as many shares as I get my hands on right now, especially at this price.
Okay. That's good to hear. Excellent. Well, yeah, maybe it's a very good time for people who are looking to get some exposure to gold to jump in there. I know you're TSX listed, but it is possible for people in the UK to buy shares on the TSX. I know I've done it myself before. It's not that difficult if you really want to get hold of it. But of course, any people listening in Canada, of course, you're already there, and it's already sort of set up for you to do that. Indonesia then, Terry. So of course, Indonesia is very famous for the Grasberg mine. So it's a good place a good jurisdiction to operate in, is it?
Well, Indonesia is, as of 2018, it was the 9th largest gold producer in the world. Only 3 tons behind a year. 3 tons a year behind Canada. I think Canada was 193 that year, and Indonesia was 190. So it's actually a very good jurisdiction to mine in. Working in Indonesia, is a bit tricky sometimes. I've been there for 10 years, so I'm actually quite comfortable with it, and I find it easier to work than in the United States sometimes. I've looked at mines down in Nevada. Getting a new mine up there with a license take up to 5 years, where I can do much quicker in Indonesia. So you need to understand the culture, though. I mean, it is you are a guest in the country, and you need to basically be very sensitive to that. I think if you are, and you're basically coming in, you got to look at how you're adding value to the community and to the country. I mean, that's why they're inviting you in, not just to mine their gold, but and pay some taxes, but how you can add value. So we do try to basically, like on Sangi Island, our game plan for HR is to employ 70% of the workforce from the island itself. We are actually, we're even trying right now, anything we need to buy, we're trying to see if we can get it from the island first. Example, we need sample bags for when we're doing our grade control and our grade drilling. So instead of going to, let's say, Amazon or their Amazon type of website and ordering online, we have employed locals to sell the bags for us. And so that puts money back in the community. The same, we are employing local farmers to grow saplings for us for our reclamation. As soon as we finish, an area of land on the pit, we want to reclaim as quickly as possible. And so they'll provide the saplings to us. Again, that's, the money goes back into the community. Mm-hmm. There's many ways we find to put our funds into the community. Where we're at, we're trying to do that. We want basically the community to feel our presence in a positive way, and basically, and work with them any way we can, trying to help them in in making their lives easier for us just being there.
Okay, fantastic. Well, I wonder if you could maybe just take 1 minute now towards the end, just to give us a bit of a summary there of the immediate next steps, the roadmap to production, if you can.
Okay, well, basically, as we said, we're in now. The steps by steps are first finish land acquisition. Then start construction, finish construction, turn on production. Basically, start running our chemicals through the heap leach pad, and then put that to the production process. And then once we'll start pouring our first gold, like I said, third quarter. It'll probably take 2 quarters. I would hope not more than that to get to. It could be only 1 quarter, but usually it's not that fast. But 2 quarters to get to full recovery. And once we're at full recovery, we'll be running at 1,000, 1,200 ounces a month. Once we've done that, we'll also be ordering a milk crow plant. We'll be using artisanal processing in the beginning, so local processing procedures. It's quick, it's not expensive. Still, it's not what we want to do. And we can't really, the other problem is we can't scale the project. So we'll bring a milk crow plant in, and we've already identified the plant. It'll take about 9 months to basically install the plant, have it up and running. And with that, then we'll be able to, that's going to be a completely closed system. There's going to be no issues at all, and we'll be at run at a higher rate also in the way of processing. We will be able to scale our project. So we're hoping after the drilling program, also we will identify enough product to be able to bring our production up to about 4,000 ounces a month after about 24 months. So we're basically starting 1,000. We're trying after 24 months to bring up to about 4,000 ounces a month with the Merrill-Crowe plant. Once we've got to that level, we got the drilling program we're talking right now is only about 10% of our area. Our area we have for this license is 42,000 hectares. Mm-hmm. We're only starting on the processing or the production on 110 hectares, and that's just that's our target area to start out with, because we have the good drilling results there, and we also know what we need, and we don't need any more than that. So once we finish the drilling program, though, we'll be expanding that. But that's still only 10% of our area. It's maybe 4,000 hectares. We still have another 38,000 hectares to basically explore. And we have a lot of illegals down. This is far north of our project. The whole south of the project, there's a number of illegals that are there, artisanals, I guess is what we say now. A number of artisanals down there taking gold out using picks and shovels and wheelbarrows. And they make good explorers. So there's a lot of areas that they're working. We'll probably go take a closer look ourselves, but we do believe there's a lot more to be found down the south. So basically we'll be spending a lot of time in basic exploration. Then we'll be doing some drilling, and we hope to bring a lot more material onto our books to be able to process over the next year. We have a 30-year license, so we think we should be able to be pretty busy for the next 30 years on this project.
Okay. Great. 30 years. That's a long time. Well, I hope we can catch up again, Terry, when perhaps you're approaching that, maybe at the land acquisition perhaps, or when you're approaching that first pour of gold. It'd be very good to catch up with you. But for now, Terry Filbert there, the CEO and chairman of Barrow Gold, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Mark. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for listening to this Stockbox interview. For more information, interviews and videos, visit our website at stockboxmedia.com or give us a follow on Twitter by searching @StockboxMedia.